And we are back. Oh, my green screen was a bit off. There you go. We are back to Direwolf. It has been a good while since we played Direwolf. We had a bit of a break for summer vacations, and also we did a couple of sessions with Direwolf Legends. But now we're back with all players, which is good. So let's start with a little introductory round again. For anyone who missed it, that is a stream sound thing. Flavok.
Oh, okay.
So you can play sounds on stream. I'm just looking for this agencies. Here we go. Direwolf agents. Hello there. Lima. Where's the team? I'm looking for the handouts with all the teams. Or with the players. Players has its own group. Hello there. Alistair. Right. So we are joined by image shown to players, but is it not shown to me? Okay, I guess not.
It is there. Hi.
Yeah. Thank you for the subscription as well, Ustra. 26 months.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. We are joined by Fabhawk playing as Kaito.
Hello.
And there we go. Emudlan playing as Rai.
Hello.
And Alistair playing as Zara.
Hello.
And you're not in this folder because you forgot to remind me. We both forgot, in other words. Show character artwork. There you go. Show to players.
It's a
Lemur
broad day for some adventuring.
as Ezra, who hasn't got a proper splash screen yet. And
You should make one. I have now reminded you.
and Martin as Jeremiah. And I just have to close all these pop-ups manually. There you go. So yeah, welcome back. It's been a while. So who wants to give us a recap?
Yeah, I was gonna do that. So last time we were following a old woman prophet person up in Scotland, and our job was to try and get her back to the Sealy before she made everyone in the town go mad with the future. So we have had at the point when we started last time found her following a road, and we decided to use our car to try and kind of herd her towards the Sealy portal that was in the area. She got very frustrated with the car when we kept trying to block her. And after kind of getting her away from some of the smaller roads, we ended up on a larger road where we tried to block her, and instead of, leaving, she knocked on the window. Which, against our better judgment, we rolled it down the window and started talking to her. The person that can make you go mad by speaking. And the first one to hear stuff about their future was Zara. Because we were trying to use the excuse of like, hey, do you know where the portal is? We need to get our friend home. Showing Zara, and Zara's just like, oh, not supposed to be home yet, but your friends will forgive you. So, ominous. And Urza was also starting to record everything, which I think is good for later. We did in the end manage to get her towards the portal. And Kaito was working on trying to distract her as much as possible and not tell actual futures, while Zara was trying to open the portal. These portals are easy to open for people who know how to do it, but hard for people who are civilians and such. We still tried to keep her distracted, but didn't go too well. Kaito managed to be able to see through her illusion of an old lady, showing her as a giant clothed figure with a bird-esque or some kind of skull, no, a goat skull, or a ram, as well as wings. And Soothsayer, she said that Kaito's words helps others heal, which technically is true. He can't soothe people, But during this time, when we were trying to distract her, she did give some of us futures and what was kind of compellent, I guess, of things while talking to us. Kaito now, for I think a month, has to always compliment at least one person per day. He found Kane, asked the soothsayer to walk through the portal when it opened. She didn't like being interrupted, so she said his duty to uphold the veil was commendable, and he now cannot cast spells in the presence of others or something. I don't remember the details specifically. I think we have it somewhere. Ursa is...
He can't cast spells.
Yes. Any spell at all, or just when he's alone?
In the presence of
Right.
others, so...
In the presence of others, okay. So any other person. I don't think Urza actually got hit by any of them, the things, because he stayed quiet. Rai, you almost broke the veil, but at least you held no secrets. I don't know what your compellent was.
I
Can't
can't
lie.
lie for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Big
Yeah,
yikes.
yours for 2 weeks. Yeah.
That is not necessarily such a big yike.
Yeah, our downtime is 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
It is a problem if you need to go and, infiltrate the police and whatever, and they ask, like, hey, do you know what happened? It's like, yeah, it was a dragon that ate someone. Like,
Yes.
To be fair, it doesn't mean you can't shut the fuck up.
Yes. But yeah, as part of the conversations, kind of talked about fey portals and the difference between the seelie, unseelie, and elemental portals, and how elemental portals are hard to make because they need to be made off the element. Kaito does end up asking about the previous commander, and she says he left to make the world a better place, and teaming up with his allies from the shadows across the world. And we found out, as part of the future thing, that we will join him, which is interesting. And sadly, we end up asking about the Curse of the Eternal Night, and Kaito is not quick enough to distract her. So a third one is coming. Yay! At the hands of someone who was there last time. And then the portal opens, and maybe not too late after all is all we get there. And then we basically had to use the next 3 days to just make sure that it actually closes. And that's where we left off. So not a super long one, but it was heavy in consequences.
So, after you stayed there for a bit, contemplating these words, and eventually another team came to guard the portal. So you were told it would close the next full moon, which is a couple of weeks away. So when the other team arrives, you travel back. I think mostly in silence, just to speed things along. You travel back mostly in silence, just contemplating what you've heard. And then you are all assigned different missions for a while, as we've discussed. Whenever we have down over a longer period, your characters are still uh, doing things for Direwolf, whether it's office paperwork or just simple transport things or whatever, or even some small missions that are not worthy of being displayed. It's like how whenever you watch a crime drama on TV, it's just you just have to expect that like a couple of months have passed between episodes where they still did their job. They didn't just sit at home idling, right? It's not noteworthy. It's the same here, kind of. So you have been
It's
doing
not
missions and stuff.
interesting for the narrative.
Yeah. Flavor-wise, you're still doing that. If any of you, for example, wants to, and you also still get full benefit of downtime activities, which you will be doing. If any of you doesn't really have anything interesting to do and just want to earn an income, uh, that can be hand waved as you doing missions and actually saving the money. While if you don't earn an income, you're doing missions, but you're spending it all pretty much, right? So that's just how we're flavoring that you still get the downtime benefits, and you're
You will get
technically
money
doing
from the
missions.
last mission.
Yes, you will get that. I will give it to you. I can do it now, actually. You all get, let's see, what was that? That's 60 pounds, I think. 60, maybe it's more. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, you'll get more. You can have, because pounds is silver, right? That's how we did the conversion, I think.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, you can get a lot more than that. You can get uh, 20 gold, so that would be 2,000 pounds, I think, isn't it? 200, no, 200 pounds, 20 gold.
I'll add it myself.
Yeah, and that yourself. Currency is not easy. That's like the hero point thing, the agent points thing I have to hand out. I can hand out agent points to everyone. That plugin is amazing. There used to be a macro to do it for XP, but that macro doesn't work anymore. That's the kind of thing that, as a DM, I would just want built into Foundry. Let me give split gold
yeah.
to everyone, split XP to everyone. Like,
It's not something you can build into Foundry because that is very system based. Like
I guess, yeah.
what is gold, what is XP,
What is
like,
currencies? Yeah,
yeah. But yeah,
sure.
I've asked
But
about. My original party sheet had the ability to distribute these things in the party sheet.
yeah.
No.
Because that's the kind of thing that's really nice. It's like, yeah, I want to give everyone 10 gold each. Like,
Speaking of how
having a
much gold,
button for that.
I didn't catch that. How much gold?
20 gold.
20. Okay.
Also, everyone remember to reset your hero points.
Hero points. And yeah, so you're right back at HQ. You have 2 weeks of quote unquote downtime, where I have told you players beforehand that I would like you to think a bit of how these predictions, because most of your predictions last for the same duration, which means we sadly won't actually have to play with the predictions, but I would like to know like how any of your predictions would affect you during your downtime. Like, are you taking? Again, you can't really. Just another reminder: you can't really take precautions. You are obviously thinking of what was predicted and what you were told, but you don't know it's a curse. Like it's curse in
I mean,
mechanical terms, but your characters don't know it's a curse because it's a prediction, and me as a human cannot predict what would actually happen. So, hence the
I
mechanics
think
side.
the idea is that it's a mandate, right? You've essentially been told this is your future. You can't do anything to prevent it. And then, like,
Yeah.
if you try to prevent it, the fucking fates itself, like, fucking
Yeah.
pull you back in with
Exactly.
your, like, the sickened and all that shit.
Exactly, but it's like if the point is like if you didn't hear it, you would have done it anyway, because
Yeah.
it
But
is
now, if
literally
you
a
try to
prediction.
rebel against it, you start to
Yeah.
feel the side effects,
Yes. Exactly. So then, with that, I want to know how like it affected you during your downtime. Let us start with. I just need to move my camera a bit because I can't actually see player list. That's better. Let us start with the top of my list, which is Alistair. What is Zara's spending her downtime on?
Well, quite a bit actually, but to sort of give a point on how her prediction has affected her, she's been extremely reclusive, not really talking to anyone, and she has spent a lot of her time in her room or at the workshop with Martin. She has tried to find a way to both stop her
Sorry, I forgot
leaking
about
of
that.
shadow. Yeah, to try to find a way to kind of prevent the shadow leaking that has happened over the course of many missions now, where she will sort of just suddenly start to leak shadows, which seems to be a sort of that's a thing you kind of I should get a doctor to check that out. That shouldn't be happening.
Tara, you're leaking shadows again.
So she's going to try to either use the contacts that she has in DIREWOLF or Martin, and try to figure out a ritual or a way to contain or control it. She also is deeply invested in figuring out this. I originally wanted it to be a wand of humanoid form, but we talked about it being something else, something a bit more interesting. So basically working on that. I think Sarah has been probably asked to help with certain things, but has sort of probably declined it unless it's important. Feeling that this takes priority for her at least. She's been a bit irate, I guess, in this time as well. Like if somebody has asked her to join her and do something, she would probably snap at them. In her Irish accent, mind you, as well. So no longer with her posh, trying to hide her edges accent. So yeah, downtime sort of mechanically. I want to try to spend some time learning new spells, since DIREWOLF is the fucking only place where you can technically, theoretically do that. So I want to spend some gold, essentially, to buy some spell scrolls and then learn them, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
That is totally fine.
So I will restrict myself to also to specifically like Fey spells, right, that fit thematically with what would be available to me.
When it comes to buying spells, yes, Direwolf has access to everything. There are obviously other wizards and spellcasters in Direwolf, so everything is available. Standard shopping rules apply, so your level or lower, or you need to be able to cast it, basically.
Yeah.
And also rarity. If it's uncommon, you ask. If it's rare, just assume it's a no.
Yeah.
So standard shopping.
So yeah, then I've bought the cantrip Timber, which is just fucking hilarious. It is a cantrip that canonically summons a tree that is cut down immediately and falls down upon your enemies. That is such a cartoonish spell. I simply have to have it. Yeah, and then I will look into other spells, but I think also Vomit Swarm is one that I'm gonna pick up as well. But yes, the most important bit is that wand, because I want to be able to be a human for a limited period of time. So yeah, unless of course there are scenes plugged into those two weeks, that is sort of like macro, my idea for the downtime.
So I think that's good, and I think like yeah, I think that's fine. Then we will move on to the next, which is Emlan and Rye.
So Rai during her downtime is she spends a tiny bit of time trying to think about, okay, what did this mean? What is it? Decides that she has no fucking clue, can't figure it out, and tries just not to think about it again. During the downtime, she is going to be taking every like volunteer mission, every do stuff thing that she can pick up.
Literally the opposite of Zara.
Yeah. Like she's not going to be super interactive with people when she's out on mission, but just any kind of thing that gets her out and moving and doing stuff that she can do.
I also mentioned that I do want to do a thing with Rye for the downtime. I'm not sure if I should wait and say it when it's my turn or not.
That's up to Rye.
Let's take it on yours.
Yep.
Yeah, so your Rye is basically keeping busy. That is that's fine.
So I will be earning income in my downtime.
Yeah. Then we will do some earn income rolls after we've gone through everyone. Alistair's doing retraining. I assume that was the actual mechanical.
Well, I am doing mechanically. It's not retraining either, technically, because I don't need to retrain. I'm just learning new spells. I'm not actually retraining anything.
But that is
and
a
then-
downtime in
but
itself because learning spells takes time. So
Yes, but just like a day.
Yeah,
At
okay.
most, like hours, essentially.
yeah, okay,
But at this low level, it's very short. But
Yeah, that's true.
the mechanically, I guess, crafting for the wand thing, for the invention to give me an alternate shape.
So the way
guess.
we'll do that is time basically is the cost because you have access to people with the magical crafting feat. So you only really need that feat if you want to craft things yourself, like in the field. So basically, I think because you're using the lab, they can't dedicate time to like make your wand fully, right? They have other jobs to do. So which is why we're gonna say, like, if you want to use the Direwolf facilities, we'll double the crafting time of anything that's crafted.
It's also, I get very much the vibe of Dr. Martin saying, like, yeah, we've got your requisition, it's in the pipeline, you know, we've just had an alien invasion, shit
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
And then like, no, I'll do it myself, it's fine.
So yeah, if you wanna use the facilities and you don't have the crafting feats required, you can use NPCs, but then we double the duration.
Yeah.
So that's how we'll treat that.
Which
That's
is
fine.
fitting because that goes from 1 week to 2 weeks. So
Yeah, that's perfect. Then we move on to not Dr. Martin, but Martin the player, Jeremiah. How's his downtime and predictions going?
His prediction was to upkeep the veil, and or that he had done would do a good job of upkeeping the veil. So I think he has spent. Yeah, he's of course not been doing anything overtly magical. He's probably been even summoning Kabaya less than he would otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure how that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that counts as a spell, but he would probably do less of it anyway. Yeah. As for other things, I'm not quite sure if he has anything special to be doing. Yeah, like he probably spent a decent amount of time, or he probably spends a lot of his off time doing research into both the materials we found in the werewolf lab, the German
Mhm.
Hunter Lodge cache. But I don't think he does it to the extent of any mechanical benefits. I think he'll just gather income. Yeah. I mean, we could say that, he's doing the research, but his stock portfolio is gathering income. So, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's still in research mode on that.
Yes. That is fine. So you're going to spend your downtime on research then. Then I will give you some intel on that. Then it is Fabhawk and Kaito. Your downtime.
So, well, basically one of the things when they talked about from the prophecy of like, the missing commander and will be there to do the final battle thing, kind of boosted Kaito's confidence in that he's on the right track in what he's doing.
Mhm.
So he will focus a bit on like Direwolf and getting better. So what he's in mechanically doing is retraining his gladiator dedication into a alter ego dedication, so that he can be better at infiltrating and doing a lot of those preliminary kind of stakeouts and stuff. He will also kind of keep an eye on Raya a little bit, in the sense of like, she's his cousin, and she earlier at least had been very like shutting herself off doing something. So he's very happy that she is taking missions and being more outside and doing stuff, but he's probably going to try and like not pester her in an older way, but something similar in making sure that, are you fine? Do you need any help? Are you doing anything dangerous that I wouldn't expect you to do? Potentially even like, joining her on a couple of the missions to kind of just, I don't know, bond, quote unquote, even though like he doesn't necessarily see it as that explicitly.
Are you actively trying to confront Ray?
No, it's less of a, it's not like you tell me what's going on, and more of a, hey, how's it going?
And
being around you more.
Yeah. Rai is not being dismissive, but is clearly not, being approachable.
Oh, he's gonna ignore the social bounds of this, and your family, I can break these. Because
well,
like clearly, like he's not doing it just to be annoying. He's being a little bit obvious that like he is concerned for you, but he doesn't know what's going on, and he would very much prefer you to say it.
Rai is probably going to admit that stuff is not going as she wanted to, because she can't lie. But is also not going to go into details, because a mission is not lying.
Yeah, she doesn't have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, at least like Kaito's gonna be like a bit of a, if you need any help, no, I'm there for you, in a very awkward way. But yeah, a bit awkward bonding is what he's trying to do, but also like not push you, because he doesn't seem to. I don't think he thinks you are in any like active danger to yourself, but he was concerned a couple of weeks ago when you kept like not engaging with things.
I mean, it's also clear that Rai is still not sleeping well.
Yeah, no, he's basically trying to get you to for the moment, get you to confide in him more than him pushing you to say it.
To relax and
But
open up.
that can change depending on what happens. But yeah.
Rye's the kind of person that's gonna need a push for that.
Oh, probably.
just
But like, you know.
meta-knowledge.
Yeah. But like, at least now Rai is aware that Kaito is sort of aware something is going on.
Mhm.
As for the whole other prophecy thing that is compelling him to be polite or give people compliments, I don't think he has a problem with that. I don't even think that properly registers for him.
Mm.
It's not super unnatural for Kaito to compliment people. Is what
Not
you're
really.
saying?
Not really. Like it's I mean he might think it's I mean I'm not sure if he's going to. It's probably a bit weird, but I'm not sure if he's gonna pick up on it being weird. If that makes sense. He doesn't necessarily think it's fate compelling him to do it as much as, hey, I'm in a better mood.
Yeah, it would have been much more fun if Rai had that one, because everybody would notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did Rai just compliment me?
Well,
What?
that's the thing
Oh
with
yeah,
dice
no,
rolls.
that's probably a little bit of the overbearingness from Kaito is that like he keeps being very nice to you. So yeah. That's Kaito.
Mm. Then it is the last one on the list, Lemur,
Yes.
with Ezra.
So, Ezra. He did some thinking. And he goes back to his apartment because like he has like a human life outside of Direwolf, so he probably has an apartment.
Mhm.
And he pulls down the white sheet that is covering his caseboard. It's just covered in post-it notes and observations and cross-referencing. It's a proper conspiracy board.
How do we have two people with conspiracy boards in this party?
Because it's a useful tool. Also, I actually have a proper conspiracy board on Figma, so
Yeah.
He wants to do mainly two things. Because he's, in case you guys didn't know, he wants to figure out what happened to Argyle. That's kind of his like mission that he's looking into. And he doesn't have a lot of leads. They've got to run dry. But after this soothsayer encounter, she did say that he about Argyle that he left to make the world a better place. Of course, teaming up in the shadows with his allies from all across the many worlds. But you know that, after all, you are the 5 who will join him. This leads him to want to research 2 topics, if possible. One is to research how Seelie prophecies usually come about, i.e. should he try to make it happen, do nothing, or actively try to avoid it. And secondly, all across the planes, to him, really like, okay, so plane travel or visiting other realms sounds likely. So you do want to research how to kind of get to other realms. Like we learned that portals are usually made of the elements they go to, at least for elemental portals. So he wants to kind of like research known portals to the different realms. So those are the 2 things. How to actually make a prophecy come about? Like, what's the most effective way? And he also made a note to himself about the third coming of the Dark Age. That can't possibly be good. But remember, Ezra, could be 100 or 1,000 years from now.
You are aware that someone who was there last time is involved.
Yes. I'm banking on human lifespans being too short.
Though I'm
Yeah,
not sure
I
if
mean-
that someone who was there last time, I'm unsure if that is referring to someone who was there when the second one ended or when the second one started.
Or just during at some point. I mean,
It's
there's
unclear.
a lot of possibilities for very long living beings.
Yep.
We'll,
Let's start
we'll just
banking on
bank
that.
on that.
Yeah.
We will
Yes.
just say that this was not an ominous warning from the DM and ignore it for now. Also, we know there is technically one reincarnating person involved in that, and does that count as the same person? So could that happen like millions of years from now if they keep reincarnating that long?
If you're thinking about Lisa, she stopped reincarnating as far as we know.
As far as we know.
Technically, we were never told that she would stop reincarnating.
Technically, she,
assumption.
yeah, you kind of were. Technically, she has one life left because you were on the 8th life.
She has technically one more reincarnation,
Yeah.
but she regained the divinity before she needed
So
to.
she's
use it.
also immortal. So yeah, it's it's a complicated status on
Who
Facebook.
knows?
And we know that
Meta-wise,
there's
it's
been-
at the DM's discretion.
And we know there's been multiple centuries between some of the reincarnations. So,
Mechanically, what was your downtime, Neighbor? I missed that. Is it was it
I
retraining?
might have been thinking. I mean, if you laid out some actual options for me to choose from, I don't think I caught that.
I didn't because they are standard Pathfinder downtime activities.
I guess
Oh,
it's the research you're doing.
Sorry, I did not realize that. I've
Yeah.
never had the downtime. I think in Pathfinder. So that. I mean,
Yeah, that's a
Sorry.
problem with both and I feel TNT is there is actually a lot of mechanics around downtime, especially in Pathfinder with retraining, earning income,
Yeah.
lots of stuff. And many DMs tend to forget that, and they give you like an hour of downtime. It's like that's not enough to retrain.
mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So I
Anyway.
really did not realize I should have gone and checked out the actual rules for downtime. I thought it was just a hand wavy thing.
Yeah, we
As
can
it usually is.
retroactive it if you give it a quick look now and see if there's anything that tempts you. Otherwise, let's see if I can find earn an income.
Guess there must be like a research downtime, right?
There is a macro, so I'll run that. Actor. Game character. No, okay, so it's you have to do it, Emerlon. There is a macro called earn income, which you should be able to run, and I guess it will give you some difficulties or something, and like a pop-up.
I cannot find the. I can.
You may need to search in the compendiums tab.
Yeah, I can find the action, but I'm not allowed to pull that out or do anything with it.
Okay.
It is from a compendium that is not an effect, it says.
Okay. Jeez, I need to mute Discord. Give me a second.
Yeah, we can hear it too.
I know, it's very loud. Oops, wrong button. Streamer mode, where are you? Streamer mode, on. There you go. That's the close button. Right. Yes, thank you, Papa, for that link in chat. Yeah. Zara, I assume you just subtracted those golds.
Yes.
Yes, good. Then I'll try and see if I can click the earn income. So, which feat would you be using for that? You did missions, but you can choose whichever
I would
skill is
probably
best.
use my piloting skill.
Yeah, that's okay. Level is that character level? I guess that's character level, so that would be 4. And days would then be 14 days. Earn an income. Let's see. You are expert with Dex +2. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna ignore your armor check penalty because that isn't relevant. Like when driving vehicles, I don't know why that applies. I guess it's because it's a Dex based.
But I am not wearing armor that should give me a check penalty. Because I have strength enough to use it.
That's weird then. It suggested it
Yeah,
for
when I
well,
try
but
to roll it,
yeah.
it has the armor check penalty off automatically.
Okay, it must be because I don't own the character. It didn't read that. But that is a failure, which in earning income is still money earned, just less. So that is 14 SP. I'll let you bump that up to 20, so two gold. And I actually have a good explanation to why you didn't earn much, because while you were talking about your downtimes, I had a little thing that I was writing, and I want Zara. You can roll me a d4.
Hmm. Yeah. 1.
1. Okay.
Is that a good one or a bad one?
Doesn't matter. It's which character took your place, because during your downtime, some of you went on a mission, as we've said, many of you did missions. Some of you teamed up, and Jeremiah, Rai, and Mike Zanosta, so Janosta, this guy, put him in meeting room B. Sorry, you three went on a mission together. And discovered there was a hostage situation where a rogue fool from the crash part had managed to escape and was holding some people hostage. And this is tied to your fates that were revealed. So Jeremiah, you had the flank on this Thule, but because of the hostage, the witnesses, you didn't use any magic and hesitated, which really annoyed Rai. So Rai, who cannot keep a secret, blurted out, "It's a fucking alien! Shoot it!" Revealing to the witnesses that it's an alien, aka your prediction, also Jeremiah's prediction. Zara could have taken a shot, but she wasn't there, so you blame her. Hence, they will forgive you eventually. Part of her curse. Eventually, Mike Janosta, who was there with you, took out the Thule with minimal injuries to the civilians, and it was a successful mission. But when you came back, Moen had some angry words with all of you. And said something about like, "This is why we don't mix teams," or something like that. And just a brief little addendum to your downtimes that I will write this in Discord as well, just so you have what my notes were there. And yeah, so that just adds a bit of depth to your predictions and how things went. Now, back to the session at hand. It's been 2 weeks, and you are eventually called into the meeting room again. Moon. So by now, Krilthar would be gone. He would have gone to join his friends by now. So I'll remove him. And Zara is down here. So you're called into a mission with. Actually, before you're called into a mission, as you're arriving one day, you meet up in. You've been out just doing a standard. We need to pick up some supplies. Escort mission, very boring. And when you
Could
get
I,
back, yes.
I had a look through the
Yep.
downtown activities, and there isn't any research activities, which I don't know what
Because
fits
they
what I want to do.
wouldn't give any mechanical benefits. That's just the downtime without like any specific mechanical benefit. Like,
Drives the story forward.
yeah, exactly. Not all downtime needs to be like a specific mechanical benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, like with Jeremiah as well, I'll give him some research notes as soon as I've compiled them. So you can just do that. Just remind me of the specific topic in Discord, and I will give you some extra intel.
Wow. But yeah, the closest one I could find that might work is gain contact.
Yeah, you could do that as well. You can literally try and get someone, quote unquote, on the payroll, get an insider for you. So you could do that as well. But you have been out just doing a standard supply escort, and when you come in with the delivery, you hear a commotion, and as you run to go to the hallway here, the support wing corridor, you see as I said, you hear a commotion, and you see no change. Yeah, you see a deer sprint past you and head out the service entry.
Whoa!
Hey, holy shit! Wait, no unlicensed druids in the hallways. No wild shapers in the hallways.
It's what the speaker says.
Please reminder: no unlicensed dare in the hallways.
I think there is one that actually is something about unlicensed wild shapes. I think in the random PA announcements I made. I think, but yeah, after a brief time, you see like agents run towards you down the hallway and try to chase this deer.
I yell at one of them as they run by. What's going on?
Do you need help with that?
Is this odd?
This is extremely odd. This is extremely odd. Something kind of tingles at the back of your mind, though, Ezra, as it reminds you of something, but you're not sure. You need to go look something up, and I'll tell you on Discord. But something definitely pings as odd with this.
Something also things that's odd for me, that being the dare in the office.
Yes.
But basically, when I yell at one of the agents coming after, I'm basically just asking if we should follow them and help or not. Because, like, is this dangerous? Is this, like, you know?
That's pretty much why I yell. Do you need help with this?
Yes. Because I have an action I can do right away that would help not only us, but everyone else, so...
Uh, I'm just writing some inside info here. And then I need to make sure I got the spelling right. Sorry about this. Go. So yeah, they so most of them run towards the service entry in pursuit. One of them stops to catch his breath and approaches you, Kaito, and says, "Not all of us have heard what's actually going on, but we were told to stop it. The higher ups think it's some kind of spy."
Then I basically
On that,
do.
I will start running.
Yeah.
I basically then whistle one of those what's the freaking classical song with the horses? There's a like, yes, that one, and everyone within 60 feet of me gain a +10 movement speed for 1 round.
Oh,
Nice.
damn.
So it's just a little bit of boost.
Yeah.
Not just my party, all the agents as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I start running.
Yeah, because it's all allies. Yeah. Nice.
It's all allies.
And you can also bring composition it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would linger composition that as well.
Yeah.
Like that.
So yeah, you give chase, and I actually did write notes in case you tried to stop this. Yeah. So you give chase. Because of your bonus, one of the agents manages to get off a shot and hits the deer in the flank. It yelps out and transforms into a pigeon and flies off. Clearly still wounded. You see it's like flying like it's out of control, but it does manage to escape.
Sarah, jump into my hand.
I don't know.
Fastball special. Come on.
You're not that strong.
And after it flees and everyone is like cursing and starts walking back, you notice one of the people in the crowd was Moon. And you can all roll a perception because he says something in anger, and I just want to know if anyone of you catch what he says.
Oh damn druid.
Dude.
But just in Norwegian, of course.
Yeah, Emerlon, you managed
sorry.
to hear it. That's fine.
Should have
It's fine.
done it.
It's fine. Emerlon, you managed to overhear this, and you hear him. Meta information, you will understand me, but I don't think Rye does. But just for the funsies, you hear him angrily say, "Jävla pressa!" as he says that. Which meta-wise, none of you will understand what it means, but your characters do not. So you just hear him angrily exclaim something in giant speak, as we've established.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how I, with the worst perception, keeps actually succeeding perception rolls.
I don't know.
A random
But
luck.
yes, you have the lowest bonus and you succeed. Random luck, yeah. He comes back, he sees you all here, and just calms down a bit and says, "I have a new mission for you. Meeting room B." He looks at his
sounds
clock.
related?
He looks at his clock. In 10 minutes.
I'm gonna use those 10 minutes regain my focus points.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, like Moen is a big beefy man. He's basically a barbarian with an assault rifle when he's in the field, like a heavy.
There needs to be
soldier.
an instinct, a new instinct for barbarians
Yeah,
called Gunzerker.
Gunzerker. Yes. Oh,
It's still strength based, so you're not gonna hit
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but he
Depending on
uses
the
the spelling
image.
It's all
rules, so it
about-
doesn't.
it's-
Everybody else needs a deck save.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about being able to carry heavy machine guns, 2 of them at a time.
Yes.
But yeah, if as Lemur said, if you use the prey and spray tactic, then it's a save on
Yeah.
their part, not so your stats don't matter.
It does, because it's based
Yeah,
on the save.
It's a DC, yeah. But anyways, joking aside, 10 minutes later, you get your focus point back, Fat Hawk. You are
Thank
back at the meeting room B, and he is going to introduce the next mission to you.
The image is still up on the stream.
Thank you. The stag, the deer.
Oh, could you show the stag again? I want to copy it for my notes.
Yeah, I can do that. 50 players. There you go.
Also,
I need to find the next mission. Anyway, move that event to complete. Right. So, Morn says, we have a mission in the Fey Worlds, he says. This one will take place in a border zone. It's also an ad break starting soon. So actually, I think before I explain more of the mission, we'll take a quick break. I didn't see that.
We'll do an IRL. 10 minutes
Yes,
break
we'll do an
before,
IRL
before
10,
moving.
10-minute break, yeah, or 5 or whatever we need. We'll just agree on that. So yeah, sorry about starting that mission. I didn't see the ad warning. But we'll take a quick break and be right back. Hey, tabletop! Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. We were currently on a quick break. Sorry, the ad screen disappeared. Uh, we are all unmuted now, anyway. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope your session went well. I've been trying to lurk in your campaigns as often as I can. It's quite early for us here in Europe, but I tried to pop by. You finished it up? Nice. That's good to hear. We are about to start a new mission here in Direwolf. So welcome in everyone. Welcome in raiders. Last session the players fought a soothsayer, or fought. They had to manipulate a soothsayer into going through a portal to return back to the Feywild. I will find a picture of the soothsayer. I believe it's in. I had it earlier. Don't know where it is now. My notes are a mess. Oh yeah, I didn't do it on the handout. I just did it on the monster, didn't I? Because that's easier. By mission. There she is. Show character artwork. This is the soothsayer, which was a creature which could see the future and cause some interesting repercussions for the players knowing their futures. And now we are about to start a new mission. I see, Martin, that you are here, so I will give you your research notes from the downtime. Before we start, you find during your research you go through like lots of papers and stuff, and you eventually manage to find some heavily redacted documents. There are a couple of names that stand out, though. You find one of the going through both Direwolf notes, notes from the event in Germany, and notes from your father. You manage to piece together a common name across them all. The name, which is Joachim Fessichmann. Could be spelled wrong. I'll post it in the game chat. Moen just told you, apparently. That name appears in several places. You see that he had made a couple of donations to the hunting lodge. He was a former member, though he wasn't a member very long, apparently. But his name does pop up in their notes. His name also pop-ups in your father's notes. He apparently tried to work with your father, wanted to purchase your father's research. It seems that your father disagreed, though, on all accounts. But his name definitely pops up as someone who seemed to be annoying to your father. Someone constantly like wanting to buy stuff. The Direwolf ones you find is I closed the window, didn't I? Let me just see if I can get it up again. Yeah. You find notes from a Frostwolf agent. Actually, this is even better. You find notes from the head of Frostwolf, a Elizabeth Moen, who you immediately manage to figure out is related to your captain, since because of the same family name, Elizabeth Moen. She has some notes on a case that happened in Frostwolf's jurisdiction in Norway, in Oslo. where that name pops up as well. Apparently, this Joachim Fessishman had a shell company kind of situation going on in Oslo, which was busted by local agents. What caught your attention is that the cases seem similar. There's this Joachim guy's name goes multiple places, and also the case, while most of it is redacted, the case in Oslo seems to be about some kind of drug that superpowered people, which is what caught your attention, because for your own sake, you know your father had angel drugs, and the Germany situation was then werewolf drugs, basically like synthesized lycanthropy. And that's what caught your attention. This, while most of it is redacted, it seems like it's very similar. Whatever happened in Oslo. Those are the notes you find. You can roll me, though, let's see, what would this research be? I think you can give me the most likely would be, I think, diplomacy or deception. You have the same boat. Yeah, you have the both same bonus. It's more how you want to go by it. Yeah. So you managed to charm a couple of people into giving you some extra information. You get an address in Oslo, which is where this shell company had its office. I'll put it in the Discord chat, which is Lilleakerveien 2A in Oslo. There was a pharmaceutical company there that apparently had dealings with this drug. You do also learn that the drug was called Elysium. And you also learn that there were indeed some kind of angels involved, though the specifics are still redacted. But you do learn that it was related to angels. You also learn the name of the shell company, which is Hessex. Post that in chat as well. That is the company that's in Oslo, which is owned by a German. You learn, obviously, Joachim Fessishman, from the name you gathered he was German. So yeah, that is your research, and then for any long-time followers and players, many of you also know this was a spin-off campaign that happened with Lemur as the DM, where we took down that agency, or that company, I mean, pharmacy. So back to woo!
No response. You need some response.
Yeah.
I mean, chat can't respond. They're chat.
Yeah. So now back to this mission. You learn from Moon that there is a border on the border between the Seelie and Unseelie, because although they are separate realms, they are also connected. You don't need to travel through the material. You can travel between them as well. So on the border between them, there is a sacred site used for meetings between individuals of either side. And you are asked to escort a VIP from the Unseelie to the meeting place. He's looking through his own notes, and he's like, He looks a bit around the room, trying to read your body language. It seems, and then he eventually says, "For some reason, Commander Harriet wanted your team for this specifically. It's just an escort mission, though. Shouldn't be a big deal. You are." He checks his calendar on his phone. Like, you are still listed for low risk missions after your after what happened in Scotland. So this should not be a big deal for you.
That was player me, not
Yeah.
character me.
Yeah, okay.
One thing to note, if he's looking at body language, is that Sarah has ever since that was revealed where we're going, has perked up.
Yeah, he probably lingers a bit on you. He doesn't comment on it. He just lingers a bit when he's looking at you. He probably looks at you when he says for some reason you were chosen as well. He's just
Yeah.
staring at you when he says that.
For some reason.
Yeah.
For some reason, you were chosen,
Mhm.
implying not the team but Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this VIP?
Excellent question.
That's a very good question. He looks at his notes. Yeah, VIP escort, yes, VIP to the henge, VIP. Ah, god damn it! Why does it never say? There. The VIP is a Mr. Pirion.
Oh fuck. Sarah just goes from perked up to just like completely looks.
I can't even say the name without smiling.
Non-entity.
Yeah. He
Alright,
was.
okay.
Yeah. You didn't meet him, but I think you were
Yeah, we
told.
did.
No, I
No,
mean
we had-
Jeremiah didn't. Jeremiah didn't.
Kane doesn't meet him.
Kane didn't meet him. Yeah. So you don't know that. Yeah.
Neither did our
Ezra.
other new character.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ezra didn't either. So
Right.
it is
Oh.
just the two Kitsune and Zara who met.
To be fair, it wasn't because we're new characters. It's just you went to see him during the prelude.
We had to.
Yeah.
We traveled from Japan to England through the Sealy.
Yeah.
Trike didn't meet him either.
No,
True.
trying to meet him either. So yeah, those three of you who did meet him recognize the name. Obviously, Zara, you recognize the name from way before
yeah,
then.
just a bit. There's recognize and then there's PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's only Pyrian.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If it were it would be worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's saying that he says the name. He looks at the list. It's he says according to the report, there will be protection at the meeting site as well. But your duty is to the VIP and to protect him. So try not to wander off too far. Standard drill. Hopefully it won't be a long meeting.
Is the mission meant just for the escort to the meeting, or is it during the meeting as well?
He flicks through the notes. You are also to escort the VIP back, but during the meeting it says there is security, but who knows when these Fae meet? They might decide to backstab each other. I don't know. Your duty is to protect the VIP throughout the whole process.
Zara turns around for a bit, like confused, as if she heard something in the room. Just like, sorry, did you hear that? Anyone else heard that sound?
Well,
She's just
what?
sort of paranoid, turns around and looks at the corner. There. Huh. There's nothing there. And she just sort of turns.
Moen stands up and looks in the corner and like, no. All our meeting
No,
rooms are protected by magical seals. Unless something came in with you, there is nothing else in here.
Okay, yeah, no, don't mind me, I guess. And just sort of looks around again, paranoid.
He says, go stock up in the armory, whatever you need. Kaito, I have this, and he gives you a little slip of a signed piece of paper, which is basically you get a couple of extra healing potions and stuff, and says to you, these are reserved for the VIP.
Wow. Okay.
What did you gain? That was
I
reserved
got
for-
healing potions. Which type? I'm gonna direct some over. Minor, moderate.
2x minor. 2 times minor.
So
And then
I lean over to Sarah and says, so he said take whatever we need from the armory. Does that mean the bazookas as well?
No, I don't think
Ow.
that's a VIP kind of deal. That's not normally what you bring when
Yeah.
you just, protect someone in a
It's-
meeting.
he looks through everything and clicks this mission start kind of button, step mission or whatever on his phone, and then says, dismissed. A moment before you go, Zara.
Yeah. Oh no. Trouble.
When are we leaving?
Whenever you are ready. If you go now, you will have a bit of time in Skyd Wayham before the escort. The escort. He looks at his watch. Delete. Pulls up his phone again. You see him launch the Direwolf app and finds like a time evolution calculator. And then at the latest, you should leave in 2 hours.
Gotcha. All right, I'll be right there, folks. Got to talk to the teacher.
So after you all leave the room, he closes the door and says and just says to you, I can tell you are worried, but be professional and hopefully this mission will go over quickly.
I know. It's just... He clearly doesn't just want us there for protection, you know that, right? He's gonna pull us into some shit.
He's gonna pull Sarah into some shit.
Knowing what I've read of it, he is a problematic person, yes, but okay, if you don't want to go, I can try and pull some strings with Harriet.
No, I don't want to put them in there. He's good with words, and without me there, there's no one to pull them away from his bullshit.
Very well. Just remember one thing, after the whole small incident and Direwolf agents, he kind of just looks at you, Direwolf agents, fixing the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a political war with the Unseelie ever since. So
Oh yeah, fully
Just
aware.
be on your best behavior.
Yeah, you know me,
Uh,
sir. Always am.
Just in case, I will have a backup team ready at any moment.
Okay.
And
I mean,
he gives you a what are they called? Rune stones that contains
Mhm.
runes.
yeah.
He gives you a little rune stone. It shouldn't take long to put this on. Go and ask Dr. Martin to put it on your communication pack.
Okay.
Uh, because you're so small, I assume your earpiece is actually like a small
It's next to
box that
like
you
my backpack.
yeah, and then the earpiece is just the microphone kind of.
Uh,
So he says you to put it onto that, and it will let your headset work between the material and the Feywild,
ooh, fancy.
so you can call
Good.
home.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll get it sorted. Thanks, Mon.
And then yes, he opens the door and sits down again with some paperwork.
Suddenly, Zara just sort of flits her glance towards the corner again. And
Mm.
just looks puzzled, and then looks over at Moa and sees if he related to that. And
No,
then
he's
realizes
looking
he
at
didn't.
paper. He's doing his
She just
paperwork.
sort of shakes her head and flits off and through the hallway.
So yeah, basically the get whatever you need from the armory is more of a do you want to spend agent points or money before you go?
So
Call.
I put I put something in the Discord for you if you scroll up a bit on our chat for the ring/1 situation.
Yeah.
And because I want to spend hero points essentially on our agent points on that.
Extra points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say yes. I'll allow it with one caveat, and that is you will be a small humanoid. You will be basically a child because you are tiny. It's a big step, right? So you can be a small humanoid as aka a child, and then at maybe we'll discuss it later. Maybe level 5 or level 6, you can upgrade it to be a adult.
I have to grow in real life.
Well, it needs more power to make a bigger change, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can I get an armor potency rune to plunk on?
Armor potency is level 5, which is one level
Yes.
higher than you.
Yes. Oh no, I already have an armor potency rune. What am I talking about?
Right. In that case, I need to, because it's been so long, I forget what I say. Fabhawk, I will allow you to get one then as well, because I actually.
Where's the cost calculations? I have.
It's pinned. You literally pinned it, actually.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was in Discord. I was looking for it in Foundry. So.
Yeah, so Fabhawk, I will let you buy a armor potency if you wanted to. I know you asked about that before stream.
Yes.
Villain point!
An armor potency.
Thank you, Stra. Where's my marker for
How does this
Lustra,
work again?
fuck the shit off.
that?
Armor potency. How did we do that again? Armor.
Where is my marker
Armor
gone?
potency rune is a level 5 common item. It should cost us agent points. 40 agent points, sorry.
Armor potency 1.
Here points. There you go. Game Master.
The horror.
Versus...
The horror. And Zara spends one on herself. I need to up the price for that.
I will only ever do it when somebody does a villain point.
Did it not work? Confirm? No, it's not showing. I guess there's something wrong with the hero one then. Yeah, there's some errors. I need to fix that markup.
Okay, so I sign in the 40 agent points, right?
I guess. Emerald, maybe you
You
can
you
help
sign the
confirm
changes.
that. Yeah, yes, you signed. There you go.
Like that.
Yeah.
And now I can get just. Do I drag it on the armor piece or?
No,
No,
yeah.
you edit the item, and then in details you scroll down, and there is precious materials and runes.
Hmm.
And then in potency rune, you in the drop down you just get the first one.
Wait. In the details?
Yes. Details, and then scroll almost all the way down to precious materials and runes.
I have a question. I'm looking at magic wands,
Mhm.
and I can't see a rarity on them.
The rarity is the spell,
The
I think.
rarity is in the tags. If it
Ah,
doesn't
right.
say anything, it's common.
I was looking at this. I'll have a look here.
Yeah, there you go, Fabok. I saw you did it.
It didn't change my AC though.
Try, let's see, try stowed, and then
Have you invested it?
worn armor,
Probably not.
You
and
need
then
to
you need to
it
invest
get the +1.
How do you invest it?
the diamond,
Yeah.
the diamond button next to it in the inventory.
Oh.
There you go,
There you go.
19 AC.
Ta-da!
Thank you.
You can retroactively buy a couple of stuff if you want, but I want to get this moving on.
Yes.
So, you travel to the Feywild. I will quickly make a map for. Actually, I'll just activate this one for now, just so that we're not in the office. And then remove those, just so we're not in the office. It's a bit nicer to look at. While I quickly make a map. Create scene. I did make pop-ups, but I think a map would be better for this. So, background image. That's the map. Save. So, as you travel to the portal, familiar portal for Zara, at least. I think. Actually, no. You'll have to. This is because this is probably why you had to leave within 2 hours, because there is actually a bit of travel, because you need to go. Because Skyde Wayham, if you remember, was in the portal to that was the
Sounds
troll
like it
market
will be somewhere.
in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So to get there, you'll need to go through the portal where in the plains, which led you to
Doesn't
the
Direwolf have a portal really close to them by a tree with a settlement?
yes, that's the one.
Okay.
That will send you to the Sealy, and then you'll have to catch the train to the
Yeah,
Unsealy.
because that's how we came here
Yeah.
originally. Yeah.
Yes.
We just travel
So
back
you
the same place.
yeah. So you travel back the same way, and so I will find my pop-ups again. Catching the train in the Sealy, because that doesn't happen in every campaign setting. But
Nice.
yes. As you're on the train, it doesn't take long. It's a very fast train or monorail. But is there anything you'd like to discuss, any of you, while heading there?
Yeah, I think Zara is still her like a little bit sort of what should I say, solitary state, but with the fact that you're going to see Pyrian, she seems to be a little bit more okay. Gotta make sure these kids are ready for that, especially the new ones.
Yeah.
And also, there's probably some unspoken tension regarding why we're being tasked to go with Pyrian again.
Mhm.
Something there I want to remind you. I want to remind you because you as players would maybe have forgotten, but your characters would not have forgotten this. Miranda Harriet did say she would try and get you a mission in the Unseelie so that
Oh,
you
yeah.
could take a trip to Rockmount and investigate the mysterious girl.
Yep.
So,
Because we
so
had
bear in
the
mind.
painting as well
Yeah.
to go for. So
Basically, that's
Yes.
something we would want to do after we're done with the
or
Yeah,
during
that-
or
Or during.
Or before if we have a couple of days.
Mhm.
Uh,
So,
I
yeah.
would. Sorry.
Sorry, no, you go.
Yeah,
I was going to. Kaito would probably try and figure out what, beyond assassinations, what kind of dangers we could potentially encounter while doing our escort mission. Probably discuss, maybe ask Raya a little bit, because Raya's been more in the Feywild than me.
And
I've
Zara even
been-
more so.
I've
Yeah,
been on
but
the
we'll see.
elemental planes. I haven't been on the Seedleys.
Okay. Well, then probably asking Zara a bit about what you would think we could expect out of
Yeah.
actual danger, beyond the emotional ones.
So Zara, like meta-wise, most of you know what kind of encounters to expect in the Feywild. Anyways, it's pretty much the same. Any like natural monsters and creatures and stuff are pretty much the same. Zara, you know that along Silver Rails, which is the train line, it's mostly safe because that is why it's been so successful. Is Silver, the guy who made the rails, he ensured he went full on American Gold Rush with having like armed guards
Yeah.
along the tracks to secure the route and like cut back the forests enough so that it's safe to observe and keep the train safe, that kind of thing. He went full in on this because he knew it would be an invaluable investment, and it paid off. Like Silver Rails has earned him loads from being able to transport people across the two Sealies. Also because of material plane people, agents and stuff, use it to fast travel on Earth, right?
Yep.
Because you can spend an hour on the train in the Unseelie, and then it's past like a couple of minutes in the real world. So he's earned a lot on that. And yeah, Direwolf is covering your tickets basically. This is you're not, it's not out of your wallet, but yeah, the tickets were paid. Like it is a service he earns a lot on. Also, fun fact about that, just some of you are probably just having in the back of your mind, is the one of the agents you've worked with a couple of times is the son of Silver.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was the guy who did the speak ritual outside the cabin.
Right.
He's the son of the guy who owns the train tracks.
Son of Silver.
Yeah. But
Son of a bitch.
but yeah, so apart from the standard like random monsters and stuff that can exist in the Fae, the along the tracks is reasonably safe. You don't know about the meeting site. Zara, you've heard of this meeting site. It is usually reserved for when high-ranking Fae nobles and Fae lords from both Seelie and Unseelie need to meet for some reason. There is a neutral ground where they can meet on the border between the realms. But I don't think you've ever been there yourself, but you've heard of it.
The Borderlands.
Yeah, the Borderlands. So you don't know anything to expect outside the ordinary, basically. Yeah. Also, like the Feywild is, or the Seelie and Unseelie is, there is no veil here. Obviously, it's fully magical and open. Which I think is, I don't think you're worried about it per se, Fabhog, but it's definitely a possibility that like a random dragon attack might occur because they're not extinct here, and
Wow.
so
Are we still affected by the fate thing?
no, it has been 2 weeks. Your fates are gone. Predictions have been resolved. I think some of you might have a bit of lingering, like, she was right. Especially those of you who had that little downtime mission thing where, like, Rai, you did speak out by accident. It was a stressful situation. You like, say to yourself, like, it was a stressful situation. There was a mind flayer. You all saw him as a mind flayer, as a Thule, but the civilians didn't because they were being brainwashed. So it was a stressful situation, and you didn't think much of it, but you did break the veil technically. And Jeremiah as well, like, you did put lives in danger because you were trying to uphold the code a bit too strict, maybe. So while you still felt like you were acting normal, you think back, it's like, oh wow, she was right, the soothsayer. If she was right about that, what else was she right about? Like the coming of the third darkness, was that also right? So yeah, I think you're.
We might be able to prevent that one. I think.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So I think it's like you're worried about it, but you're not like under the quote unquote curse anymore. So yeah, you arrive in the Feywild. You arrive, and I can't remember if we gave it a proper name. I think we just called it the Summer Court, which is the capital of the Seelie. Where Nefertem used to live. Yeah, this is where Oberon rules. Nefertem used to live in a park in this area. And this is where Rask's mother was living for a while as well. So you arrive there. You can technically spend some time here first, or you can go to Skydwayham and spend some time there. It's up to you.
Nefertem isn't here now, right? Where is he
No.
gone? Actually, do we know?
One thing.
Do you want to know?
On the train, I would ask for a briefing about him, since it seems that the team has...
About Pyrian.
Yeah.
Pyrian?
Yeah, do anyone know anything about Pyrian? Who is this Pyrian guy? Could we
He's
get
a
some
musician.
Oh yeah, you've listened to his music.
Yes.
You're a fanboy from Pyrian.
Yeah, no,
Musician.
like Kaito personally doesn't have any problems with Pyrian, and even is a little bit. Yeah, no, he's a famous musician. Why wouldn't I be excited? But he's aware that it's a problem for Zara, so he's toning that down.
How are we sent to the Unseelie to protect a musician? There's got to be more to this guy.
Yeah, there is. He is. I used to work with him quite extensively before joining forces with Direwolf again. And
is this part of the music industry or not?
He is technically. He's a bard. Well, he's not really. So okay, fuck.
He's like Kaito.
I'm choosing to trust you now, Ezra. So you better not fucking spread this shit around because this is top secret stuff, okay?
Promise. Mum's the word.
You promise? And you as well, Jeremiah. If you hear this and I hear this coming from your mouth, I'm gonna shoot you.
Not a word of this will leave my mouth.
Right.
I promise you that.
So Pyrian is a simulacrum. He's not actually a real person. And the person he's based on is a really annoyingly powerful bard. And he
like I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because when you called Vrask a annoyingly powerful bard, I'm like, holy shit. He's like world leader level power simply by charming his way there, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
when-
that I would call that annoyingly powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the original was in what was once the Shadowfell, the Unseelie, left Pyrian there to kind of help uplift them, I guess, and get the society started again after removing the Shadowfell curse.
Very
I guess.
colonialist.
That Pyrian, I should have made the
Ye-
connection actually. I think I've heard of
Yeah.
this. I'd say that's to understate. It's a wildly successful adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, that shadow is also the curse that we found out about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, wildly successful. Yeah, right, sure. Anyway, this Pyrian has stayed in the Shadowfell and taken advantage of the explosive growth, you can say. But as a simulacrum, even though he was part of someone very powerful once, he doesn't normally regain his spells. Like once he's used them, they're gone. So he has a tendency to have to rely on his wits and his words, which is, I guess, why we're here, because he wants to, he can't really protect himself anymore. I used to be his head of security, actually.
So what you're saying is we should challenge ourselves to try and get him to use a spell.
No, he wouldn't trust me. But what you should do is be careful, because he is manipulative, to say the least. He has his own goals and agendas. He's likely to try and, cajole us into some sort of plot.
Can
So
he, is
just-
he?
Yeah, you could say that. And I'm not
Well-
necessarily saying that it's, that what he wants is bad. I'm just saying that we shouldn't outright trust him.
Well, I think it's a good idea to maybe defer to you then, Zara, for this mission in terms of what we can expect and potentially what to do,
Yeah, well,
at least in terms of the security.
yeah, I mean, ever since we changed from 5th edition to Pathfinder, it's every creature is sort of taken on this new strange name that I can't really understand. So.
Major-wise, I am just like, yeah, those are probably should be
No.
the one
Now I know how it
responsible
feels.
in this, take the lead in this mission, despite it
Uh-huh.
being Kaito normally doing that.
Now I know how it
Yeah.
feels.
Uh-huh. Zara also says, but we have to also remember that the real reason we're here is to investigate more about, you know who. Yeah.
Well, we're
So,
going to that area now, so we'll have to see if we have time before or after.
Yeah. Okay. For that one, I think I'd prefer if you remain in charge.
Very well.
Okay. And then she sort of looks around again and looks over to a booth next to us, where there's probably no one or somebody just sitting and reading for some reason, and she just sort of looks over to them and just narrows her eyes, like as if she heard something, before turning back again. And shakes her head.
Can I do a perception check on Zara to see if she seems sincere in those things?
You can do a perception or society. I think society is more of body language reading.
Yeah.
Well, my society's +0,
Yeah.
so that's not gonna do well, but sure.
I thought it was perception that he typically used for insight.
It's for lying, up against lying, yes. But if you want to recognize, yeah, like Thomas said, body language, etc.,
Fair enough.
on a more analytical term.
Yeah.
In society.
It's not great.
Actually, yeah, that's true. If she was trying to figure out if I was lying, then that would be perception.
Yeah. You can
Yeah,
walk
like are you sincere about like is that genuine? You might see things. Whether or not that's true or not is another question. But like whether or not you're faking it.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that sounds like that sounds like a perception. Yeah.
Then if I keep the roll, it's gonna be 22.
Oh, oh yeah. We're not seeing what you rolled. You privately rolled them.
Yeah.
Oh, I
see it.
did. Sorry.
Yeah, you
I
did
thought I
GM
did.
only. I see it.
Yeah,
It's GM.
GM only.
Sorry about that. Let me-
Yeah.
Is this like something this would apply to, or is this like you privately trying to understand if she's lying?
I am just
Yeah.
like because she's been seeing those things, so it's more of a is she faking it? Is she actually seeing something, or is it more like mental stress?
I think you nail it down to mental stress of some kind.
Okay.
It seems
Yeah,
like
'cause, yeah,
well, Alice just explained some of it. It seems like in general she is a bit nervous and has a bit of like tics almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it does seem like there is more to
Then
it,
I am.
but it does
yeah.
seem like some kind of stress or worried about something.
Then I'm not commenting on it. Also, since we did have a break, remember to get 2 hero points, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm assuming also we're getting close to another break soon. Or is
Yes,
that
we
in
are
half an hour?
6 minutes. There's another
Okay.
break soon. So you arrive in Skyed Wareham. I don't have the old map here. But you arrive in Skyed Wareham.
For shame.
I think I have the handout of Pyrian though, because that'll be good. If I can find it. Yay! There it is. With the artist, entrepreneur, president, snowman. So for anyone who doesn't know, simulacrums are made of snow for some reason. Not clay, which would have made more sense, but yeah. So you don't meet him yet, of course, but you arrive in Skydwayham. You left reasonably quick, so you gather you have 1 or 2 days to burn before you need to escort him.
Mm-hmm.
You have brought food with you. While that is mostly applies to the Seelie, you do know that it also affects the Unseelie a bit with the time dilution.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there anything specific any of you want to do? I know this might not be the first time, but I definitely know that you haven't been to the Seelie or Unseelie very often with Ezra and Jeremiah.
Yeah. I think
so there's
I think Sarah wants to take them to her favorite little dive where she normally used to hang for some excellent Fey noodles, which are normal noodles just with extra spice.
yeah. There's like
I would also like
pixie
probably,
dust spice.
suggest that we did the
But, yeah.
research thing before we met up with him prior and them, since we do have 2 days. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to figure out. We want to figure out the. Yeah, exactly.
If you're talking about peace, I mean food. Ezra is eating a piece.
A
It's
what?
just a sandwich. It's just
Oh,
a
right.
Scottish word for sandwich, apparently.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So he's just peeling back a Subway.
So again,
in
I just
Gladpack.
want to. If I seem to remember correctly, the vibes in Sked Wareham is very dirty cyberpunk, isn't it?
Yes.
Like sort of.
So they had a rapid expanse of technology after the events of the previous season, which led to like an industrial war of who can make the biggest buildings quickest and fanciest buildings. And obviously they use magic to enchant the build process. So buildings are constructed even faster over the course of several hundred years because of the time dilution. But Fae being Fae, they want to show off more than they want to be practical. So a lot of the buildings are hollow. They're just like a magical facade. So it, the city itself looks very like cyberpunk futuristic, but it's not a functional city.
It's Dubai.
Uh,
It's basically
yeah.
Dubai.
Yeah. Uh, and
It's got industrial Dubai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And yeah, it has split, like the Fae have always had divisions in the hierarchy of which ranks you kind of are. But that has become even bigger of a gap now, where like the powerful Fey lords and rich people and stuff are showing off how many districts they own, kind of thing, while all the common Fey are working in like factories and living off the street and stuff, while still
Oh my
like
god, it's an
being
industrial revolution all over again.
exactly. But while still being Fey, they still have magic and illusions and all that stuff, but they're more backstabby and stuff, I guess. In the it's cyberpunk, right? It's you have
So it's 1920s politics with 2070s technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
joy.
and also the technology is
Good mix.
wildly mismatched as well.
Yeah.
Because it is like in some parts it's like sci-fi, and other parts is straight up medieval because they haven't bothered with the fundamental technology spread. Like it's a Civ player that has just bum rushed one part of the technology tree, basically.
That's such a good
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah.
They still don't have fucking wheels.
Yeah.
They have nuclear missiles.
Yep. That
They've
is
only
a
gone for the
good
exciting tech.
yeah. That is a good vibe to go by. Massive neon lit corporate buildings and someone transporting his potatoes in a cart. It's like
Like
Yeah.
agriculture is still fucking backwards as shit because they haven't bothered with the fundamentals of it. They've just been like, well, some of us can just make food from magic, so why would we care?
Yeah. So yeah,
It's probably break time around now.
it
So
is
we probably
break
should do
time
that
in
before
20
we continue.
seconds. So yes,
Yes.
let's do a break time while you can think of if there's anything specific you want to do in Skype Wayham before heading out. And
Yes.
yeah,
we,
So-
we are on a mission, right?
Think on it.
So we should probably do something mission related.
yes, do that in the break, and we will be back
Yep.
in a short while. BRB.
Burpee. Hawk didn't say
And
they were back.
we are back. That is true. We will do a soft back then. I don't think I have any pictures of the city. I should try and generate some good ones.
Or at least a battle map for it.
Location. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like as long as I can get a background to set the mood. I do. I do.
Back.
Welcome back.
There you
I have
go.
this one.
That one, yeah.
So we'll leave that up for now. Welcome back. So yes, I asked if there's any downtime stuff you want to do, or not downtime, but any touristy type of things you want to do. Before
Rent a noodle
you,
shop.
yeah, before you get to go anywhere though, you all agree that you need to make a plan, and
Mhm.
then Zara recommends a noodle shop, which is a small hole in the wall kind of back alley shop where there's not that many people, so you should have decent privacy and sort of surprisingly good food. You head there, you see there's like one couple in the corner, and otherwise it's rather empty. Um, and order your food. Now, as you learned as well, like eating food in the Sealy is a bad thing, but eating food in the Unsealy does affect the dilution a bit, but it's not really that noticeable. The most important thing with the Unsealy is the actual time. It is more of a 1-to-1 ratio than the Sealy, which is really random based on if you've eaten or
Well,
not.
I mean, it's more of a 25-to-1, but anyway.
Yeah,
But it's consistent.
yes,
at
yeah, more
least.
consistent. Yeah. So yeah, you sit down, you relax, and agree on the plan. As I said, you have about 1 to 2 days before you need to meet. I guess Zara, you can draw up a rough sketch of the Unsealy, how far it is to Rockmount and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think you come to the conclusion that since none of you can like teleport or anything, you'd have to check if Silver Rails goes nearby. But if you have to walk to Rockmount, then you won't have time to get there and back again before the escort.
Okay,
We
so preliminary research then beforehand.
we can also do a little bit of a dune buggy. We see if we can rent the dune buggy or some other motorized mode of transport. Because that would be badass. Fucking like Mad Maxing it through the field through the Unsealy.
Yeah.
Especially
there is
considering
anything
we
like
have
that.
somebody with actual drive skill they can take
Yeah.
advantage of.
You could
Yeah.
try and get a vehicle, a fast one, which would definitely half the time at least.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably get up there before nightfall, and then you'd have the morning to do research in Rockmount before you head down again.
Yeah.
I think it's safer to make sure we get to the thing we're actually here for first.
Okay.
Because if anything happens at all, then we're going to be missing.
All right. Well, then let's make sure we have a vehicle for when we do come here
Yeah.
or need to go then there.
Yeah, and the research on Rockmount is like if you're 2 days, 3, 4 days later, that's not gonna be a problem as far as we know. It's not that time sensitive as the escort mission is.
Yeah. Also,
In
yeah.
before the fucking meeting takes literal
we-
years.
Like, quick timeout. Like, how can you just give? So, we are going to escort Pyrian from somewhere to somewhere. I don't
Yes.
know
Yes.
if we've learned from where to where yet.
Yes, you did.
From
From-
here to the meeting point.
And this is Skydwayham we are in now.
Yes.
Yes.
How far away
Mhm.
is the meeting point from Skydwayam?
The
Like,
meeting
how much
point.
time do we expect to use?
Oh, I can't remember the meme. We had a meme of the town that no one goes to.
Yeah.
The meeting point would have been just west of there. The train does go the whole way. There's a stop there, so it doesn't take long. I think the train trip would be about an hour, maybe, from Skydwayham max.
Okay, so we're escorting him on the train.
Yeah.
Basically being bodyguards. And then the meeting, do we know how long that's expected to take?
No,
Like,
you know
it's
nothing
a
of the
day or
meeting.
is it like a month?
You have no idea.
A month-long
meeting.
meeting.
No
That sounds
idea, okay.
like a nightmare.
I mean,
Uh,
this is the Unseelie.
True.
So, not knowing too much about the Unseelie, how are the roads to Rockmount? I know there's a bit disparity in the technological advancements across the realm.
So,
If the roads are decent, I'd say we get just a vehicle and drive over there.
so the roads,
Do
there are
you-
roads. Like you in season 1, you walked along a proper like path, a road, right? There was a couple of dodgy spots where you had to cross rivers. Zara, know that they have built proper bridges and stuff since then, but it's still like the super technological advances are mostly in the city, and the countryside has just got like the lingering pie effects. Kind of again like Final Fantasy, right? The cities have a couple of vehicles, they have like electric lights, but it's pretty much limited to that.
Because those who are willing and wanting to use technology would rather move to the city to take full advantage of it rather than
Yeah,
fuck around
exactly.
here. Yeah. Yeah. So Zara suggests then that okay, so we can either spend 2 days here waiting for us to join a train ride with Pyrian and being stuck in a meeting for God knows how long, and then potentially having to leave straight after. I mean, we don't have much of an excuse to stay, at least on the record. And I mean, they would expect us back after the train ride, I'd assume.
I
Is
don't
that
think that's
something-
necessarily true because we're like, it is for research, not necessarily completely off the books.
Well,
But
I'll let you make that call then. Either way, we should use some time at least here now to do some research and get our bearings.
Oh, absolutely. Zara, do you know what kind of, if we do a trek to Rockmount now, what kind of obstacles could reasonably happen?
Yeah, can I roll on that?
Yes, you can roll.
Society?
Yeah.
Nature? Yeah.
You can do a society or nature. Which choice? Sorry, what was it? Just remind me of the specific question again.
On the
Potential
way, like, yeah,
obstacles.
potential obstacles towards Rockmount that
Yeah.
could delay us or stuff.
So yeah,
Dangers.
So the potential obstacles is while there has been built a bit more stable roads and bridges, the path itself shouldn't be any obstacle with a vehicle, but it is still like there's no routine patrols. So there
Yeah, so there could be
could be
monsters, so-
wildlife and monsters, yeah.
Yeah.
Though after the lifting of the shadow curse, there's no like random beasties that just want to eat you for no reason, right? It's more like wild animals if they feel threatened.
Yeah.
Which, in the sense of, for example, the bigger ones like a dragon being threatened might be that they hear your engine, right?
Yeah.
There was remember there was a the first time you went to the Feywild in season 1, there was a dragon that tried to eat your helicopter
Yep.
because it
Yep.
thought metal tasted good. So
Yeah.
I mean, there was also the like eldritch beings that just roamed the land wildly.
Well, that was based
That
on
was
the
Shadow.
shadow curse. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the shadow curse. But
Well,
that's what Zara says.
we leave now and we use the morning for research and we get back again. We still have like a night before we need to leave on the train, right? Because we have a couple of days.
2 days. Yeah.
Yes, which means if we do leave now, we do have a buffer of, I would say, assume 12 hours or so if we get delayed by something.
All right. I'll check around and see if I can find us a car. I have
Yeah.
a couple of places to look. I can direct you to some other, and then we split up. It'll be more efficient that way. We need to get this going in a hurry. No time to waste.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If we cannot find a vehicle, we'll do this after we get back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I have some underground people I can go and talk to. Might get us something for cheaper. Who knows? Maybe they have something available that they want to get rid of. And you guys can go for the more touristy places. You know, they have
Just a
bunch
moment,
of
I'm
those
still dealing
here.
with some ERL stuff.
So why don't you guys go and deal with that? See if you can find anything there, and then I'll head to the more illicit places. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Eat up, and then we'll split up.
Mm.
We'll meet back here in an hour.
Sure. Also, my icon on is the wrong one.
It's the fox one. Or the
Yeah, that fox one, but it's supposed to be my white fox, not the.
Okay, does
Yeah,
Rise.
Kaito
the
turned right.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Let me try doing the other way to change shape.
Thank you.
You have to
Okay, I had the
stop
wrong
using.
macro.
Yeah,
on my
you
thing.
don't use the macro. It's the checkbox on your character sheet because I updated how it works for you, so it's
Right,
easier.
Yes.
So you have changed
I was
shape
trying to
on
find the
your
checkbox.
actions.
There it
The
is.
top.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Because I changed it.
Actually, a thing. When Rai changes into her fox form in the Unseelie, as the Unseelie is not the material realm and
We are
magic
back.
is more potent, her like the ends of her fur turns into wisps of smokes and clouds that drift off her and leave shortly remaining thunder clouds in her wake.
Oh damn. So Sarah, seeing you guys, are you just turning into your natural forms now, basically?
Yep.
Yeah.
Figured it was better to go around
Yeah.
as a kitsune than a human.
Sarah says, "Ooh, that reminds me. I want to try this." And who knows, it might be better not to be noticed at me right away. She's gonna try her new ring,
Mm.
the Ring of the Charmed Form.
Oh.
And I will show you on Discord what she turns into.
I will remind me after session, and I can make the macro thing for you as well.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's on the Discord there. She turns into a petite teenage girl, and as she sort of grows into it, she sort of when it stops growing, she goes, "Ah, for fuck's sake!" God damn it, Martine. I was trying to get away from the kid stigma.
Martine!
And she just like,
That's what you've been working on.
yeah, I guess. Just clearly not enough. Ah, she just looks at her hands. Well, I
Well-
guess, less questions when we are in the material plane. Although there's still going to be fucking questions about a kid going around. Ugh, fuck me. She seems a bit frustrated. Okay, anyway, I'll head off. And here, I'll write down a couple of addresses you can try. Oh, right. The names, the addresses here are a bit weird. It's not like in normal. You speak the name, and then yeah, you'll figure it out.
It's not like in normal. You speak the name, you'll figure it out. Fuck you.
She basically is about to explain, but then you get a mischievous grin on her face as she says it, and then and then writes it down on a piece of paper. You know what I just realized? I want it to be a Beetlejuice sort of thing, where if you say the name of the, if it's a proper like, in the registrar, you say the name 3 times, and like a little fucking line of pixie dust shows you the way.
Oh, it's like a quest trail in a video game. You say
Yeah,
the name 3
exactly.
times and you see the you see the golden line. Yeah.
But then you're expected to pay a little pixie, like a tip when you arrive at your destination. So you just see a little guy with a handout, like that'll be 2 silver.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go looking for a vehicle.
Yeah.
Do you want us to roll some kind of find vehicle roll, or do stuff just
Find Mad Max vehicle.
No, this would just be a society check to see how like
Like
because
help with
the
this.
the thing is actually no, it's not a society check. This is a will save because they are trying to trick you into paying more. So I'll let you roll a will save for this. Zara, you are going to be contacting your friends in the Feywild. So I'll ask you as a player, do you want to do this open, or should I give you the results and info in Discord, DM?
Do it in Discord, yeah.
Blind GM. Why do I see these? Give me a second.
Because you're doing GM only, you need to do the
Yeah, I clicked the wrong one,
Blind.
so ignore the first one because I saw that one.
um. mm-mm.
Will saves from all of us, or
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the results.
there? Yeah, for me too. I just
Mhm.
have to remember how to make it blind.
Mm,
It does look like a humanoid Zara Pixie.
yeah,
I
Kid.
know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even generate it. I just found it online, and it was like perfect.
nice.
You'll just have to up age it when you get your proper form.
Yeah, I actually have that already. Kinda.
just
Doesn't
writing
fit
a
as
message
well.
here. There you go, that'll do.
Yeah.
While you're reading that, I will say that eventually you all meet up with the leads you have. Rai, you found a pretty good place, seemingly a good place that will definitely get you the perfect vehicle for you. It's fast, reasonably stealthy, and can fit the right amount of people. Kaito, you think it's that offer. Kaito and Jeremiah, you think that offer is a bit overpriced, but it does fit all your needs. Ezra, you think it's a scam. And when you meet up, Zara, you confirm, yeah, those guys don't even have a license. Like that's
Oh, sure.
So Sarah
Yeah, he's-
says,
Mm. Yeah, Ezra is like, I don't know how it is with cultural. I don't know. Never been to listen. I've never been to the Unseelie before, but I've been to my fair share of let's say less civilized area of the world. It's always the same with these guys. That doesn't sound like it's gonna hold water, even if they call it a bucket.
yeah, no, you guys look too much like, foreigners, and they have a tendency to go into prank mode when they notice.
More
So-
like a foreigner than the literal two humans.
Yeah, I mean, Kitsune aren't really native. So,
Not entirely true.
well, not to Skade Wayham at least.
That's fair.
I mean, a plane isn't a fucking continent or even a country. Existence.
Yes, I'm aware. I
I
know how planes work.
Yeah, all I'm saying is just because you're native to the Fae doesn't mean you're native to Skade
this
Wayham.
this almost this,
Listen,
hey,
friends.
wait. I
let's
just have to say.
focus
I just
on
have to say. This almost sounds like an American saying, like, "Is Europe even a real country?"
Does the Unseelie have its own space? Like space? And does that somehow interact with our space?
No one has.
time.
Let's not think about plane tectonics here.
I think we did confirm in Darkside that the moon had its own Feywild. So yes, I guess the other planes
It's
also have their
another
own space.
dimension.
Yeah.
It's another dimension. Yeah. Oh, and especially Feywild is like a mirror dimension. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The Feywild, Unseelie, and Seelie is the closest to Earth. They are mirror dimensions. The other planes are more
Yeah.
like completely separate existences.
I don't think you necessarily could travel from this Unseelie to the moon's Unseelie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No
does
one's
this
tried.
mean then we do not actually have any vehicles at all?
I was gonna say. After that, as Sarah says, but it's not all doom and gloom. I found some contacts willing to rent us out a truck.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, it helps when you're, familiar with this place. Know
Right.
who won't trick you. But I'll get it sorted. It's gonna require some help on my end, but that's fine. I can deal with it. So I think with that truck, I don't know exactly what quality it will be. I assume it'll be okay, and it'll fit our needs. And it should be able to get available to us fairly soon. So do we want to risk it and go for the drive, or do we want to wait?
If we have some buffer
Let's go
time.
take a look at it.
Yeah, let's look at it and see if we would be able to get there and back with some buffer time. If we think it's gonna be close, I'd say we wait, just because if we end up encountering something, we could be delayed by a couple of hours,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not a delay we can afford.
So Zara, you get to see the vehicle during your meeting. You got to see it,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and you'd actually guess that it is like you probably don't have time to go there before the meeting.
Okay.
But with this vehicle, you can go to the meeting with the vehicle. And because it doesn't need to stop at the train stations, it might actually be quicker, which means you can get back quicker as well.
That's true. Okay.
So
yes.
then we need to convince Pyrion to take the truck instead of the train, though.
Yeah.
You also figured it might be
sure.
safer, less people, in an odd way. More chance of
Less
monster attacks,
people
but less.
And also people might be
Unexpected.
expecting him to take the train, right? So if they have an
True.
ambush set up, they might be for the train.
Yeah,
to
we
come
can
up and-
argue with Pyrion that that's why we want to do, like, at least in part,
Yes.
it would be
Yeah.
beneficial to do the truck.
Yeah, and like the plans that have been scheduled for a week, let's just ignore them, because then, no one will know the plans.
Yeah, I think actually that is Sarah suggests this, right? And she says, so saying, I suggest we take the truck for the meeting, because knowing him, he will have planned this excessively in advance, and everyone else would know about it too, even his enemies. Stupid idiot probably doesn't have a really good chief of security anymore, so probably leaks all over the place.
Sure. Okay.
A little bit of professional jealousy there.
Let's go to him then and suggest that, and then I guess we can
No,
get going
let's
in
not
2 days.
suggest it. Let's just say that's the plan when we show up.
Okay.
Yeah, like we don't suggest it in advance because that's more time for it to leak. We just do it on the day. And yeah, like Kaito said, let's take this time to do some research. There's also a couple of things I want to show you in the city. I guess we can take the time to do that when we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Relating to our current inquiry, or is that sort of sightseeing? I wouldn't mind either, just asking.
Well, sort of related, I guess.
All right. What's the plan?
Well, he's and he wipes the back his mouth with like the paper napkin from whatever food they're eating. He says like, with all of that handled, maybe we should get a move on.
Well, there were 2 paintings, weren't there? Like the one we actually got, and then there was a second one in the apartment in Munich that was of the city itself. Right?
True.
Could we try and find a vantage point where the city painting is supposed to be from?
Mm.
That doesn't sound like a stupid idea.
Doesn't sound horrible at all.
Also, in this city, there might be some information regarding the family that she's supposed to, or that she might be from, because there is a pretty clear indication that she's from a significant
in
family or
Rockmount,
bloodline.
yeah.
Yeah, in Rockmount.
But correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to have to pass through Skatewayham going back,
We're in
right?
Skadewayham, yeah.
Yeah, and we have to pass through it when we're going back.
Do we?
We might not. When we're going back, to the material realm, the place where we
We need to go back there because we're escorting Pyrion back
yeah,
to
if we're
this
bringing
town.
him back, yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going this way when we're going home,
Yeah.
but we might not
We're
have
stuck
the
here.
time to do a detour to Rockmount when we're going home. Shouldn't we just take the advantage of the time now?
That's
But
what
we-
I.
Sure.
We found
If
that we didn't have
don't
time.
have time
Yeah.
to go there now, that's impossible. Also,
Oh, I might have missed that. Is there? We don't have time
Yeah.
to go there. There's. Oh,
It's very.
Sorry.
That's what Sarah said. It would be very. The truck isn't fast enough, and it's It would be too clutch. Like it would
Ah.
be, we would have too little time there.
Can't really trust the roads.
No.
I see. Oh,
But-
never mind me. Off in my own world.
So I suggest we find some place to sleep for the night. I'm sure Pyrian will be able to set us up with something. He always does. He always takes great joy in showing off the amount of influence he holds in the city, even though it's waning. I'm sure he's desperate to pull off the play of him being in full control still. Although we all know it's a lie, don't we?
Yeah.
She says,
Right.
she's sounding a bit deranged.
Shall we perhaps just quickly compare notes here? What's the name of the family of the lass?
We don't know.
Don't know. We don't know.
No.
Zoe,
Her name was Fiona
Yes, you
or
did.
something, right?
You learned her name.
Oh, we did?
Facio.
Oh, we didn't?
Hmm?
Okay.
Zoe
Could somebody-
Facio is what her character portrait showed.
You
But
did you
We
because
don't know
you
if that name
you
is true or if it's fake or anything.
you did stalk her at university, so you know that's the name she used there.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, because what we're suspecting is that she is from a significant bloodline from Drake Mount. Is that the name? of the
Rockmount.
city? Rockmount, yeah. And Zara suspected or said something about it maybe having to do with the Dragonheart thing that the season 1 folks had to deal with up there. So, and I think I personally, the player, suspect that it has something to do with the archer guy that I can't remember the name of. That was became the lover of a certain someone else, a certain person with 9 lives.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I believe it may have something to do with him. And then, that means maybe also something to do with Lissa, just maybe, who knows. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Could
Wouldn't
be.
it be interesting if she literally is the child of Lissa, eh? I'm looking at Thomas here, trying to see.
I'm trying not to look at the camera.
But how about instead of rambling on incoherently, we, pass time forward so we find out.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you. I just need to save this image. You. What's the plan? So you're gonna not take the chance before the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
If we don't have time, there's
yeah.
we
So
don't have
so
time.
then no, you don't. It's like you have time to go up there, spend an hour doing research, and then come back again to reach the meeting. But if any encounter happens, you will be late.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's not worth the risk. Was the solution.
Yeah.
So yeah, you instead spend the downtime a bit in Skyway Ham, exploring the sites. I guess Zara, you show them around a bit.
Yeah.
And
And it's not like show them around to all of the nice sites. It is very much the vibe of look what all of the evils of human capitalism has wrought upon this nice idyllic place.
yeah,
Like showing you all of the kind of the ruins essentially of these nice, once beautiful original buildings. The clock tower. The all of those places that used to be of the I don't know what we call them now. The dark elves or the
they're just unseelie elves. They
unseelie elves. Yeah.
yeah.
The unseelie, like all of the unseelie elves. I think she takes you to.
Unselves.
Yeah, I think she takes you to like a a halfway home kind of a deal where there's a bunch of unseelie elves sort of being taken care of that have not basically. she explains that these are very old elves. You know, you don't see it obviously because they're old, but they don't know how to use the technology. They don't have the the capabilities to adapt easily, so they're just being out competed with like people from the material plane who come in here with technologically savvy like competencies and skills, and they're just kind of completely unable to compete. So they are being relegated to manual labor and doing stuff with, if they know magic, that's the only way they can ascend. So she's just showing you all of this shit that she had to deal with living here in the Shadowfell all these years.
Cool.
So yes, I actually have. That's the one. Yeah. Not the best picture, but I have another picture because I've been generating plenty of these train tracks to the Feywild
Jesus Christ.
pictures. As the Skyed Wayham station doesn't look like Skyed Wayham at all, but yeah. So you see some of the sites. Yeah. Almost get conned to a couple of things like Fae are actively like using read minds kind of stuff and like, hey, I heard you want a new rifle, blah blah blah, and it's just a scam, the whole thing. But like with Zara being who you are, you manage to avoid them all. If any of you want, you can spend a silver or two if you want to just get like some Fae souvenirs, like a necklace or a pendant or something, which is not magical in itself. But if you want in the future, you can enchant them. They can bear magic, so to speak, because they are made from the Feywild. So if you want to get some knickknacks and souvenirs, you can just spend a silver or two.
Toss a couple silvers at Fey memorabilia.
And
Could
then
we get magic items here?
yes, you can. This is the kind of place where you can buy that. Normal shopping rules apply. You can just use your normal currency. I will say that if it costs more than if it costs more than 2 gold, you get 1 gold discount, regardless. So, like, if it costs 10, you pay 9, because the pounds are worth a bit more here, basically.
Yeah, also like because we don't have that much pound. Like we have a lot of pounds. We don't have a lot of gold in terms of like it's 77 gold. What I have.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
equivalent.
keep in mind we also have like 500 gold in the party stash.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
You handed in some items, I think, some valuable items that the direwolf didn't want in the wrong hands and got paid for it. Basically, you sold stuff.
Can I just like flashback to having bought it after I look through the actual list of things? Yeah,
that's fine. So after a night's rest, you are a bit hesitant, Zara, but you pull some strings. After all, the client is Pyrion, and you manage to get some nicer rooms in his building. But being the former security manager, you have several aliases. So you check in using one of those because you don't want him to know you're there yet. But you do use some on-site employee rooms, basically. Because as I said, like most of the buildings are literal facades. Obviously, some of them are real, like fully real, where they're actually being used. Pyrion's tower is one of those that is actually real and functional. But yeah, so you rest the night, and the next day have a quick walk around again, and then you come back ready for the meeting, and you all meet up at the lobby of Pyrion's tower. And,
Are people fine with me taking? Well, then it's 89 gold from the party stash.
Yeah.
For magic items.
Which
Well, what magic items?
A 5-feather wreath, and then I can buy a lifting belt with what I have already.
What? Yeah.
That's a bonus to acrobatics and athletics.
Sure,
Mm.
can we all get that? That sounds useful.
Doesn't sound like we can afford it to have all of it. All of us have it.
Yeah, one of them costs 90 and the other costs 80, and I have
5 feather breath.
80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a spell heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Can I get some magical items too, like a wand or something? Sounds useful.
you can buy items, yeah, as long as you can use them. That's what we just said.
I have
It-
trick magical items, so I can use anything.
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that retroactively if you don't know what you want already. I don't want to
I
stall the
don't.
session too much with even more downtime.
Yep. Awesome.
So you can do that retroactively. It's fine. You'll also be
Make a note of
returning to
it.
this town, so you can buy it on the way back.
Yeah.
So there's no rush. So yeah, after a while, all of you notice Zara is getting even more irritable, as assumingly it's because of
Mm-hmm.
Pyrian, but she seems to be, figuratively, of course, jumping at her own shadow, like she's clearly worried about something sneaking up behind her. And then eventually, ding, the elevator opens and out comes Pyrian. And I'll just find his picture again, because now he is actually here. Bum, bum, bum. As he approaches you, you can roll a perception, everyone. Still waiting for. Yep, thank you. So, sorry, I'm just gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
you are pretty sure you hear a voice behind you say, "Well, isn't that a familiar sight?" You turn around, scared at the voice, and see nothing as you rolled a nat 1. Ezra, you pretty sure that when the doors open and Pyrian steps out, he sees the group, and you're pretty sure you notice this little smirk, as if he was pleasantly surprised. The rest of you don't notice that, as he manages to hide it rather quickly.
Who did notice it, did you say?
Ezra.
Ezra.
Ezra notices this. And he approaches and says, Rai, Kaito, I believe. Good to see you again. Zara? He kind of pauses a bit.
Turned.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
kind of pauses a bit, waiting for you to turn around.
She's like still is like looking out into the I guess towards the window, the fucking
Yeah, the
scenic
entry.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then looks back like, oh, hi.
Yes, hi. I don't believe I've met the other two. Anyone care to introduce me?
Yeah. You know. And Sarah just like flutters in front of the group, and just says, Pyrian, Jeremiah, Pyrian, Ezra, Pyrian.
Yeah,
Ezra
he
kind
shakes.
of, gives
does
a wave.
the hand like
Yeah.
hand signals to each other.
Yeah, he shakes his hand with you all. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Drake is no longer amongst you. He kind of like
We're with them.
he's like facing the whole group, but for you, Zara especially, it seems like he's accusing you with every question. Like, care to introduce me,
Yeah.
Zara? Was Drake
Yeah.
not here? You feel he's like accusing you of everything, even though he's facing the rest of the group and he is smiling and talking politely. That's how you feel.
Tyrion haven't even met Trike.
Zara is spell striking with the daggers of her eyes.
Yeah.
As
I will actually take a step forward, kind of
Yeah.
halfway blocking between Zara and him.
Yeah.
I was not aware you knew who Drake was.
Ah,
So
I
yes,
never met
he's
him.
no longer part of the team.
I never met him, but he was a part of the deal. He says with a wink.
Mm.
Oh, the deal must be quite old then.
Well, I had made certain arrangements with Direwolf. Anyways,
Unsatisfied. I guess you can take it up with them. I wouldn't know.
I'm sure there's a reason behind it. Just unexpected. Just like
Like a
my
phone
phone call. Yeah. Hello? Oh, Vask, is that you?
Sure, sure. As if Rask would call Tyrion.
Yeah.
No. He answers every fucking phone call with that. Just hoping.
Oh,
Father?
Father.
Oh, Rask, is that you?
Foul.
Oh, wait, you're not Rask. Well, why would I answer you then? Fuck
yeah, we're
off.
talking.
But yeah, no, Ezra, you also notice that he's checking his watch a bit nervously, like every so often, which the rest of you don't
What
react
kind of
to.
watch is it?
It seems like just a normal, quite a cheap watch actually. Like this is a man who is very proud of his appearance, right? He has a very styled hair, nice flashy suit, and then a really cheap watch. So it seems odd to you.
Hmm.
Zara,
Can I do a perception check to see if this is the same Perian that I met a couple of months ago? Or a year ago, technically?
he looks the same, so it would have to be a well, no, yeah, because lying is perception. So yeah, you could do a perception. Absolutely. I'm just
Do we
yeah.
feel off compared to like what I
The-
am aware
The
of?
one of the biggest issues I have with Pathfinder 2e is that there's no insight roll, which is the most
Yeah, it's
useful
annoying.
roll
Yeah.
from D&D. uh, but yeah, sorry, you didn't notice. You don't react to him looking at his watch the same way Ezra does. But if Ezra were to ask you, like in the future, you would know that the reason his watch is cheap is because it's likely smuggled from the material realm, while his suit could have been made here.
Yeah.
But yeah, with your perception, Kaito, you didn't really know him that well, so it's hard for you to tell. You're certain it is the same person.
Okay.
And yeah, he says after a short while, well, pleasantries aside, I need to attend this meeting. Should we go?
Yes. We are
Yeah.
arranged transport.
Yeah, we're traveling by car because we don't trust your fuck ups with arranging secure transport via train.
I am offended.
You should be.
It's a simple precaution, a less
Fine.
predictable route.
Fine.
We've also got one of the best drivers this side of the multiverse, so we'll be fine.
Do you have any stuff? You'll be accompanying us, sir.
No, just us. And he starts walking towards the door.
Just us. It just says.
Fascinating character.
Hmm.
Don't get too attached.
Oh, I wasn't getting attached. I'm just observing. Is a fascinating character.
You all, so yeah, you all head to the car. I'm assuming Rai is driving. I think that's a fair assumption.
Nah, we
Uh,
didn't bring the best driver this side of the multiverse.
Or to
To
drive.
sit,
For her to
To sit-
drive.
to sit shotgun.
She's playing shotgun. Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, you drive. You start driving. You leave Skywayham. It's fairly easy. As we mentioned, like it was a rapid growth with high-end technology without the foundations being in place. So they have no security. There's no checkpoints or border patrols or anything like that at all, right? You just leave the city and you're suddenly in the middle of like rural countryside in medieval times. It's a very harsh contrast between what is like the border of the city or not.
Yeah.
And you start traveling, and I'm just gonna make sure I'm out.
Let's see.
Oh. Only good things.
Only good things. Yeah. You were saying, Lemur? Ezra?
I'm just curious to check if you have seen the questions in the chat, in the Discord.
I'll let you guys answer that. I have no plans today, so I'll let the rest of you say comment on that. But yeah, good reminder for the rest of you to weigh in on that.
Well, I'm
Let's just weigh in the chat and that not bog
Yeah.
down the session.
Sorry.
That's my
Okay,
suggestion.
let's continue.
No,
So yes, you head off. If we do want to wrap it up now, I do have a good cliffhanger coming up. So let me know in the Discord chat. If not, we can continue for a bit. I'm fine either way. But write it in Discord. I'll see it. You start driving, and at one point you notice a drake starts running a bit alongside the truck. But Zara, you quickly identify it you quickly identify it as basically this form of drake is they're kind of like foxes in the real world. So they it's very curious, but it's not a threat at all.
Yeah. So Zara takes. Oh, this is a good photo opportunity. You don't get to see that every day. Take your phones out, snap a picture. It'll last longer.
I see the message. Oh no, I clicked snooze. Oh no, I clicked
Snooze?
run ad. I clicked the wrong
I
button.
didn't know you
Damn it.
snoozed.
You snooze, you lose.
So we'll have a 3-minute break because I clicked the wrong button, and then we'll continue for about 10-15 minutes after that, just to wrap it up.
Yeah, awesome.
I'll run to the toilet then.
So, question, Thomas.
Yeah.
Did we just bypass your training counter?
Of course. Wait.
oh, Shadowfell, Shadowfell.
It's
If a
fine.
helicopter, it's a car.
It's
I
fine.
was correct.
oh,
It does make sense from a security perspective.
It's
Well,
fine.
we'll probably take the
Hey.
train some later time, Thomas. Don't you worry.
No, hey,
Oh,
this is a good thing. It means you guys are thinking smart. It means you're like I don't mind. Like if you miss encounters, you still get XP for them. You still get the hey, you avoided a disaster. Yeah, I
I'm just
don't
saying
mind.
this because I don't have many opportunities to say this, but I've learned
Yeah.
a new term fairly recently called copium.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't know? Yeah, I know copium.
Copium is great.
That's amazing.
No, it's fine. Monsters can be reused. Encounters can be reused. Just change the background and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Opium.
Yeah. I need to find my copium inhaler.
Yeah.
That's good.
Is that the copium?
He just took a hit of the copium, boy.
50 seconds left.
50 seconds to Mars.
I'll turn. I need to update that so it actually stays for the full time. Actually, I can do that now while I wait. Actually.
That's why you make extension methods.
Yeah, Sadly, the StreamPod isn't my app, so no, I can't. But anyway, we are back, and we'll continue just for a short while before we wrap up today's session. So, as you approach a station out in the middle of nowhere. Oh no, sorry, you're not on the train. You're driving. You follow the road. But you do approach a station anyway. You see as you get close to the meeting point, you see the station, which you would have used. And Pyrion tells you to turn right, blah, blah, up here. And you immediately see something really odd. I would say it's a will save, but I'm also not bothered about the result. So just role play in your heads that you're a bit disturbed by the vision. As you are approaching the border between the Seelie and the Unseelie, where one side it is currently evening with stars bright in the sky and a thin layer of snow and frost on the ground. And literally 1 foot to the side, it is bright summer morning. As I'm just going to hide all the people here for now, because I want to describe the scene first. As you arrive at the meeting spot known as the Border Henge.
Ooh.
You see a large circular stone table with stone chairs laid around it. Those of you who are familiar with legends and histories of Earth would immediately think that maybe the stone or the Knights of the Round Table was inspired by this. And around the circular table, there's a henge of stone arcs. This large meeting place seems to be able to seat many Fae and lords of all kinds, with roads leading in all directions for them to arrive at this center point. And the first thing you notice upon entering, you are entering from this direction, where your characters are stood. Together with, I will reveal him, Pyrion. Also, I would like to test something. I have a macro here to show his art. I will test it on Pyrion. That did nothing. I need to update my macro. Fine. I will test it in a different way. I'll test it like this. If I do show character artwork, show players, apart from the obvious big red text saying Pyrion, you do not see his name at the top left, do you?
No.
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 Good. That means I can reveal them all without fear of spoiling too much. You arrive at this massive stone circle, and in
Do one at first, though. Do one that's not so important first. Just
yeah, I will. The first thing you notice when approaching is in the middle of this path here, right on the border. You see a massive pile of fur, and as you approach, it immediately moves and stands up to be this massive hulking guard, which looks something like this.
Hey.
It's a dust
Gosh,
server.
It is a
Wonderful.
dusk
Oh.
Cerberus.
Aren't you a cuddly thing?
Yes.
Make sure you cover the right hand or you won't have any arms.
I want to get
Head.
not the left one. I'll give a bit of a bit of backstory about this. Dusk Cerberus is a streamer who has been a long supporter of the stream. He's subscribed to me for a long time, and this is his little stream reward as a thanks. I thought of a idea with Cerberi or Cerberi being a species, not just one dog in Hades, and therefore there should be alternatives of them. So I was speaking with ChatGPT, and we had some ideas on like angelic Cerberi and demonic Cerberi, which is the famous one from mythology, would be a demonic one. And then this one is a dusk Cerberus, a creature that guards twilight, and that is where I gave this from. Now, why it's here is up to you to speculate, but it is here. It is guarding. It seems to perk up as a guard dog would, but as soon as it spots Pyrion, it's big. It steps over the water a bit, sniffs him out, and then you see it immediately relaxes, starts wagging its tail, and then goes back and stands guard, very proud.
Can I give it a treat?
I don't think you have any treats big enough. It is still on guard. Like it does treat you, the rest of you, wearily, and it doesn't like let Pyrion pet it or anything, but it definitely recognized him.
We are being tolerated.
Yes. And as you approach, Pyrion says to the rest of you that you are not allowed to enter the henge, the ring. You must stay here. He will go and announce his arrival and introduce himself first, and then he will come back and tell you the estimated time span. And he enters the ring, and I will reveal these people to you one at a time, starting with a familiar face. So this one is no surprise.
Hey.
Up in one corner, I sadly didn't get this no matter how many times I asked for it. It insisted on giving me 2 pictures. So, character artwork, there you go. Show it to players. Let's just say he molts and has different seasons.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But yes, this is a elderly man, seemingly made out of bark and leaves, who strikes a striking pose as and is clearly the Fey Lord known as Oberon. Then on the opposite side is a beautiful woman, tall and slender, with crown, a crown seemingly made out of glass or even maybe even ice, and elegant clothing. Some of you, specifically Zara, recognize this as a queen with many names. Queen Mab, Titania, etc. There's many things she's known by, but she is indeed Titania, Queen of the Unseelie.
Do we know if she was in the Unseelie when it was the Underdark?
The characters do not. You as players know she had fled.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember specifically.
Yeah, I didn't remember.
Yeah. She was similar to Nefertem. She had fled, I think, to the Seelie in hiding. She was there in the court.
Okay.
There is one more attendant who none of you recognize. Another mysterious stranger who, for some, even Pyrion might have been. Why is Pyrion here amongst these two great lords? There is another who is also amongst them. Who looks like this.
Why do I recognize
He looks like a Facio.
that?
You, Alistair.
Or on Ezio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, Alistair.
No. As a family of Zoe Facio.
Yeah,
No, or on Ezio.
he does look like an SEO. You, Alistair, you recognize him from a different campaign. I reused the art because it's so cool. It is
Right, yeah.
the art is my character from other monsters campaign,
Yeah.
my healer druid. I will just say straight away, meta-wise, it is not the same character at all. I just like the
I
art.
fucking hope so.
Yeah, I just
That
like
would
the
have
art.
troubling implications.
Yes. So yeah, he is wearing elegant, what in a fantasy setting you might call elven clothing, but he is clearly an elderly human, from appearance at least. You don't know if that's true or not, of course, but he looks like an elderly human with very elegant robes. You are, as mentioned, forbidden to enter the circle, and you notice as soon as Pyrion starts talking to these others and greets them, they all bow and stuff. You can't hear anything within the stone circle either. You notice that immediately that it is dead silent within the circle. You only hear the
But can we
sounds.
read lips?
If you have any feats that let you, yes, because there is a feat to read lips.
I think I have it. Quick, let's retrain.
No.
If we only could get something inside it, I do have actually a recording device on me. I don't know how I would like metagame that.
You can roll a perception.
Way-
Roll a perception,
I
Ezra.
think
Do you tell other people about this or not?
So
I'm just gonna sit my ass on a rock and not get involved with this.
Not causing problems.
I think Sarah is, gonna do the thing she does where she's like, okay, I need to find a vantage point and all that, but she turns and she's like, I really want to see what's happening in there. I really want to know what's happening.
I'll roll it for you, since you're not doing it.
Roll what?
What are you spamming, Ezra?
It's a button that was just refusing to hide beneath other UI. It was in the middle of my screen. I tried to get it to go away.
Yeah. I asked a perception check from Ezra, so I rolled it for him because you didn't roll it.
Thank you. Sorry, I was
already rolled
looking if I actually do have anything that's useful for.
Yeah. You being the inquisitive person you are, start checking like your pockets and thinking like, do I have anything? And then you just notice in the side of your eye that the Cerberai's left head is staring straight at you. Then you think twice about your decisions.
Okay.
These are heavyweights.
I will do my job and keep a lookout for potential enemies or anything from outside.
I mean, the cliffhanger is guaranteed. The entire table blows up and all 4 of them are now dead.
Well, obviously, but like you're doing it 3 minutes too early. Let the DM do it.
I would
As you
ask- Just quickly, I'll ask Zara, do you think it would be an issue to summon Kabel in case anything happens?
Summon in here, sure, but don't go inside.
Of course. I'm not
They're
that
not
dumb.
gonna. They're not gonna really care if there's an angel here.
Yep. I was then, summon an extra pair of eyes.
Kabal appears.
Question: Is
Up.
Kamal going to look?
You do it.
There we go.
Is Kamal going to look like biblically angelic in this other world, or
I
just
think
he's humanoid angelic?
Kabal still looks like he always has. It's his chosen form. I think with angels like that, unless they're disguised as humans, they are not technically in disguise. It's his given form. He can't change it as an angel, but it is his true form. And then if he wants to turn into a massive circles and eyeballs, he can do that as well.
Strictly better.
But yeah, you're all on guard. You start circling around a bit. As I mentioned briefly in a different session, that meaningless rolls are meaningless. So I'm just going to skip some of the rolls here and say after like initial observations, it's just you and the Cerberus on guard. And then Piran comes out and says that the meeting shouldn't be longer than 1, maybe 2 hours.
Manageable.
And then he says, like, do whatever you need to feel like the place is secure. You are permitted to wander the region. Just do not go within the ring. And
I
then
say we try and get a bit of a spread out a bit in case
Yeah.
something happens.
Sarah's gonna begin to fly up to be on top of this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
So
It's gonna take a bit.
as you search around, you do notice there are more Fae here than you initially perceived, hiding in the tree lines. They seem to be from your initial things. They seem to be more guards, likely of Oberon and Titania, as they are not like hiding on alert. They are relaxed. A couple of them are like hiding in a bush, but they're playing cards, right? It's it seems like they're guards, all of them. But you do see.
I have a question for thing that you can say no to, because this would have been retroactively done in the 2 days downtime in Scatterwayham. Could I have tried to assume a role of seeming more native?
Yeah, because of your archetype you retrained into, I'll allow it. So you could have Then I would just retroactively say you didn't sleep in the tower with the rest. You rented a house. You established a background of being like a visitor from the east or whatever, right? You established your story. That's the whole point of this. You established the story of why you're local, kind of.
Yes.
Valeth. That's it. You're from Valeth, because no one goes to Valeth.
Oh,
That was the joke, right?
Yeah. So you just established that you're from Valeth.
Yes, I'm gonna just put these two there. It does give me some circumstance bonuses that fit whatever rule I have. You can decide if that becomes relevant.
Yeah. But yes, so you circle and discover that there are indeed other guards here. Also during your observation, it seems a couple of times, like the discussion in the middle is definitely heated. As at one point, Titania stands up. You feel the whole sky and everything grows darker, and you see frost grows on the pillars. And then she slams the table with her fist and sits down angrily, and it fades away again. And then several, like half an hour or so later, Oberon does the same thing, and you see like the trees lean in angrily as he's making his point. So it seems definitely very heated, these conversations. But but you have otherwise no way of knowing what specifically they are talking about. You can, however, all of you roll secret societies to see if you can try and guess based on the body languages.
Can you check the Discord, please?
Mm. Right, so all the dice are in. Jeremiah and Ezra, I think you are the two that notice this the most. From body language alone, based on what I just said, like I'm suddenly getting a bit angry and stuff, and waving arms and all this over the course of at least an hour. You're pretty sure. You put together that it is the old man, humanoid man, who probably called this meeting, because he is the one that seems least angry, and seems to be like, he seems to be gesturing, body language and speaking between everyone else. Right, so Oberon says something, then he says something, then Titania, then him, etc. So it seems like he's the one. He's either in charge of being like a mediator, or he called the meeting. You're not sure what, but he's definitely like in charge. From body language. Zara, I think subconsciously you're more drawn to watching Perion.
Yeah.
You've known him for a long time, so his body language is quite easy for you to read, like relatively speaking. You are 90% sure that he is afraid, and not just oh, this could go sour if one of them decides to blow things up. No. He is very afraid. He is hiding it perfectly, but you can tell, like, he has a nervous tick, right? He's got his he's got one hand under the table where he's like cracking his knuckles constantly in repeat or something. Like, you can tell the nervous ticks he has, right? He is masking it perfectly. He's leaning back chill. He's got one arm on his chin, but you can tell.
Yikes.
And I think that is where we're going to wrap up as this meeting goes on. You also notice that it's not just a constant up and down on the anger levels in this circle. You do notice it gets worse and worse as time passes.
Tension is rising.
The tension is definitely rising.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, Zara, you read Superior's body language, so you understand why. Jeremiah and Ezra, though, as I said, you think this white-haired man is leading or mediator in some way. You also notice Superior seems rather quiet. He doesn't seem to speak often. He does have a comment every now and then, but he's mostly just on the sidelines. And as I said, so Zara, you know why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Question?
Yes.
When we circled the circle,
yeah,
did it seem like the unknown guy had a party traveling with him?
No. You're pretty sure you spotted Oberon's guards hiding in the forest line. You're pretty sure you spotted Titania's guards. And you are Perion's guards. I'll let you conclude that the Cerberus is likely his.
Are there only these four people in the meeting?
Yes, only these four.
Okay, so I'm assuming, like, this is a not a direct image.
No.
There's not like 20 actual chairs there.
I mean, there are more chairs. I did mention that there are more chairs for massive councils to meet up, but it's just these four attending.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is rather accurate size.
Okay.
But yeah, that is where we're going to wrap up as the meeting is. You'd assume by the time that's passed, the meeting is wrapping up, though. So the conclusion will start with the conclusion next session.
Wunderbar.
What is
Wunderbar.
happening?
I'm not sure it's
Yeah.
that's Wunderbar.
It seems
No,
Wunder-
it's clearly Wunderbar because it drives the plot forward.
it seems like it's Terrybar.
Might indeed be
Ha.
Wunderbar for the people
It
involved.
might even be Fubar.
Might even be Wunderbar.
Might be Fubar.
So let's see. I'm just gonna grab my
I need to go to the bathroom. But
session
I'm
notes
listening
here.
in.
Yeah, divvying XP, divvying AP, confirming date, and then saving. XP and AP will do off stream, but date. I think someone mentioned being unavailable next session.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be out of town in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So then in 2 weeks it will likely be Legends then. If we are, I think we'll do in Legends next week. But if we are too few for Legends, I really want to stream Tactical Breach Wizards, which has been installed and waiting for